Well, guys, your Buffalo Bills have completed the 2026 NFL Draft, and it was a doozy. We got some stuff to talk about here on the old 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast. So, welcome to the Draft Show. I am Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese and Mr. Sean O'Neill. And fellas, let's talk about that draft. The Bills did not have a pick in the first round. They moved out of that pick and ended up picking at pick 35. They took an edge from Clemson, excuse me, TJ Parker. Just a quick recap, and then I'll pass it off to you guys. Um, from everything I'm reading, basically they're saying dude is more or less a pseudo first rounder. Really seems to fit into the new 3-4 defense that they're going to run. Basically saying it's a good value pick, but ultimately did the dude doesn't appear to be a quote unquote game wrecker, which I know that they're looking for. So Reese, I'll pass it over to you first, and we'll go through the picks as we do this, but let's talk about, obviously this guy being the first pick and then your overall feelings on the draft as a whole.
Just, he's putting it all. He took full responsibility right now. He has no one else to blame if this doesn't work out. We knew there were some specific positions of need that needed impact players in too. And he does none of it. TJ Parker, nothing against the kid. I want him to work out. I need him to work out. But he's Shaq Lawson, literally. He's the exact same player. Why? I thought we were going to be done with the redundancy on the defense, where you got the same player backing up the same type of player. No impact players. Everybody's kind of either average or slightly above average. And you go ahead and you draft a kid who literally is this a younger version of Shaq Lawson. So all these years we've been thinking about it's McD. He's still drafting the same type of players when McD was here. This is a new defense. I just don't understand all the body types that they draft. All the same as when McD was here. Now you're showing us who was actually in control of the drafts.
I have a question for you. So, with these draft picks and your commentary there of picking a lot of the same type of players, is part of this fed by if these players don't work out, it's not going to cause as much uproar as the Keon Coleman shenanigans did?
Your GM, my GM, said last night he was drafting for depth. You don't have a complete roster to be drafting for depth. There was a ton of players on board when they did that Parker. I thought for sure it was going to be McDonald. I thought for sure it was going to be McDonald. And I hear TJ Parker. I'm like, who? What? What are you going to do with him? Okay. Bean said yesterday, he's a 3-down player. He's not going to be a 3-down player on this team. You got 2 starting edges already.
So 6'4", 263, 11 sacks, 6 forced fumbles in 2024.
Which was a record.
Yeah, they're stating that he'll be quote unquote, a nice addition to a defense that has not brought back Joey Bosa, but needs more than what is generated from Greg Rousseau.
And according to the notes here for his career, he exits Clemson ranked 10th in career sacks and tied for 4th in career fumbles recovered. Only player in the nation to reach both 5 forced fumbles and 5 fumble recoveries across the 2024 and 2025 seasons.
Why didn't he go higher, though?
Because he had an awful 2025 season. Awful. But the point that I'm making is He's not an impact player. We've been begging for an impact player on that defense. And all he does is go get some washed up defensive end every year, give him 10, 11, $12 million to run a season with us. He's done it almost every year that he's been here.
Maybe this year he won't. Maybe they're going to trade for somebody or do something that we are not expecting. The scouting report on this kid said, looks like a pro with good length and adequate bulk throughout. Good to go-to move is a long arm rush, which disrupts balance of blockers.
I mean, I want to say that I agree with Reese though a little bit, right? Like we, I mean, I think that of all of the picks, I think this kid will be on the field. I also think that one of their picks in the fourth round will likely be on the field as well. But as for the rest of it, though, where are we going with wide receiver, right? Like we took a kid in the fourth round. I don't know if he's going to make the field or not. Maybe probably not, right? I mean, yeah, DJ Moore is a little bit of an upgrade, but I still don't know if Keon Coleman's going to be on the team. Shakir will be on the team. I mean, but what else are we doing here at wide receiver? Are we just gonna roll it back with like, I mean, whoever else, like what other scrubs were on the team before? I mean, like, I know that Curtis Samuel's gone. Did they bring back what's his face from the Chargers?
Bosa?
Not no, the wide receiver.
Oh, Palmer.
Yeah, is he back?
Yeah, he's under contract. He had a 3-year
Oh,
contract.
Yeah.
okay. I mean, is he gonna play? Like, I mean, like what the hell? Like, where was the wide receiver? Like, why didn't she use that next pick, which we'll talk about in a minute? But why didn't she use that next pick on a wide receiver at 62? Like, you know what I mean? That's where you need help, right? I mean, I think the thing that they're getting scrutinized for the most is this next pick, is this Davison Igbenison, the corner from Ohio State. From everything I'm reading, this one seems like a reach. Like it seems like they really reached here and they got this pick from Denver. So you didn't have a first round pick at all, and you went and made this pick when you probably should have taken a wide receiver at that spot. But yeah, I don't know, guys. This one really befuddles me a little bit.
Now, listen, I understand he's worried about the depth of the cornerback spot. Bean has PTSD from all these playoff years of people being injured and not having a suitable backup. Currently, as far as true cornerbacks on the roster, they have 2. But my point is you already have 2 starting cornerbacks. In this spot, you either draft a linebacker or you go ahead and you draft a wide receiver. But the problem what I had with this pick wasn't even so much the player, the fact they jumped up to go get him. He was going to be there regardless, first of all. Nobody had him on their list. Apparently, it was a secret visit he had with us, because I guess the Bills only have to report 17 of their visits. He was apparently one of the secret ones. And I'm like, what? This dude he's the guy pass interference calls all the time. Everyone wants to get a credit. Well, he brought him down the next year. So
he'll fit right in.
He'll fit right in.
I mean, what are we doing? Not gonna understand if he was a lockdown corner, top 3 in the nation, any of that. I can understand that then. He slipped out
right in.
He's not even in number 1, a top corner. He's not even listed in the top 10.
Oh, that's funny. He'll fit right in.
It's because he played for Ohio State and he started all 43 games for them the past 3 seasons. So Bain was like, "Oh, he can stay healthy." It's going back to your PTSD thing.
Yeah, that Sean's right about that. Like it's the best ability is availability, as they say.
And it's like, and from what I understand, because mind you, I didn't actually watch the draft. I just followed along with what you guys were saying and what happened afterwards. From what I understand, there were at least 2 or 3 other cornerbacks that were better rated that were still on the board. So if Bean was that insistent on taking a cornerback here at this spot, there were other ones available. So my only thought is that, like I just said, it comes down to the fact that he played for Ohio State and he was significantly healthy.
Ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand why they would have. I just don't get it. You traded up to get him too.
Yeah.
Man, the press yesterday that he had to wear mittens in practice so he wouldn't hold anybody.
Jeez. I mean, hopefully they can coach that out of him. I don't know. Like I want to try and be a little bit optimistic about this, but I think
Me too, Mike. I'm with you 100%. But guess who else we had that issue with? And they drafted in the first round.
Kyer Elam.
Same problem.
Really?
Yep.
Same problem.
And if we go back even a little bit further, we can go back to quarterback craven Aaron Maben.
Aaron Maben, the Jets' greatest player.
Quarterback craven.
Like what are we doing? Your draft, you keep redoing, you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like you don't have a complete defense to be worried about depth.
Nope.
Depth you could get after the draft.
Nope. Yep.
You need impact players. You barely have any suitable defensive linemen.
They have Greg Rousseau. They're happy with that.
Well, see, that's my issue with the TJ Parker thing. It's because if he's not going to be he's not an impact player, he's not going to see the field that much. He's not going to see the field. You already have two edges. You already have, and on top of that, you have Hoyt, who we don't know when's coming back from injury as well. So then what do you do with him when Hoyt comes back?
What defensive formation are they going to be running this year?
3-4.
But I mean, they're going to probably run it more out of the nickel a lot. But it's you'll probably still see a lot of nickel, but 3-4.
Yeah. The pick that the pick that I do really like though is even though they didn't have a third round pick, was their first pick of the fourth round at 101, Jude Bowery, the offensive tackle from Boston College. This kid got really, really rave reviews, and everyone's saying that this one is like just one of their best picks. Like, kid's got a ton of versatility and immediate impact potential. So this guy, especially, with our offensive line and some of the issues that we've had on the line lately, I hope that they can just plug and play with this kid and get him right in there and have him, help protect your franchise quarterback.
I think I like the fact that he can play both tackle and guard.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big thing. I would not be surprised because I don't think anyone's really comfortable with Anderson playing that guard spot because he has some issues. He does have a temperament issue. We don't know how consistent he's going to be playing 100% of the snaps. So there's a lot of question marks with him. And this Bowery guy, I'll tell you this. I mean, everything says from the stat sheet says if he gets put in that guard, you might have a real killer offensive line this year.
Yeah.
I mean, after you gave up all the top nose tackles to everybody else in the league, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. How do you let McDonald, right after we skip over him, he goes right to Houston. Now they got two killer defensive ends and a killer offensive nose tackle.
Yep. Houston got significantly better.
That's the team you're competing against. Did you see what they did to you last year?
Yeah. I didn't think it was possible for Houston's defense to get better, but they got better.
I mean, did you think I thought it was at the max level. It's over. Listen, they're going to have the best defense in the league, maybe record breaking.
Yeah. They really are.
They're barring injuries.
Bet the under on every one of their games this year.
I can see them literally win the Super Bowl with just the defense.
Yeah. I mean, look at CJ Stroud. He threw up all over himself, and they still won a playoff game.
Yep, because of that defense.
Yep.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So, I just don't understand this guy. I just don't. This money ball stuff, this cheap players and not investing in the right spots. He keeps about premium this, premium that. Okay, you want premium cornerbacks a premier position, so is wide receiver.
Yeah.
So how are you going to say that? How are you going to keep saying that about a cornerback spot, but not refer to it as the wide receiver spot?
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of wide receivers, take to our next pick, Skiller Bell, wide receiver from UConn. Says the kid has good versatility, can line up outside or in the slot. Short area quickness allows him to get solid separation. But again, fourth round wide receiver. I don't know if he'd be able to kind of plug and play. I mean, the Bills do need another weapon, obviously, at the wide receiver position. So, I mean, given that, we just talked about the amount of, DJ Moore and Julio here. I mean, who else, right? Like, who else is going to play wide receiver for this team? So this kid
You're
might
trying
see
to
the
lose
field.
your mic on your mic.
Oh, sorry. This kid might see the field. You know what I mean? He might. I don't know.
He's under 6 foot. I don't like it.
He's just barely under 6 foot. He's like 5'11", so he's.
I think we need bigger though than that.
Well, I don't think we need bigger. Josh isn't good throwing to get big wide receivers, as you've seen.
Well, we need someone to take Coleman's place.
Well, that's what Skylar Bell we hope will do.
I don't know. It's apparently he led the Independents in catches, yards, and touchdowns in 2025, and the scouting report said his route savvy helps him slip past coverage and accelerate. He projects best as an NFL slot who will fight his way onto the field. We already have a slot though.
Yeah, but he's not just slot though. He can play out and in.
Okay.
So he's really good with the run after the catch. So now you're going to be able to, and as much as we all hate it, he runs these screenplays. Now he'll be able to put both of them on the field, and you won't know who's going to get the catch, who's going for the screen.
It's not going to matter if we have no blockers for him.
What do you mean?
The stupid screenplays where we never set up the proper blocking on him. I hate that play in their playbook because they try to run the screenplay. It's the most obvious friggin' thing in the world, and there's nobody blocking for him.
Well, I understand why he does it. It makes sense because what you want to do is you treating it like a run play. You want to keep that defense guessing. So it gives you the opportunity to throw over the top eventually. So yeah, I get it, but golly, man. I mean, can we design like a different looking screenplay? I mean, it's just like the same play over and over again. The same way every single time. And every team knows we're running it now.
Yep. The only play it's like one of the only plays we know how to run, and it hardly ever works. It's so bad. It's so embarrassing.
The problem is that the one out of like every 7 times it worked, it went for a touchdown.
Yeah. Honestly, it worked about as many times as they did that hook and ladder play last year. Their next pick, round 4, pick 126, right after this, Caleb Elarms-Orr, linebacker, TCU. Says he's an athletic linebacker, plays off the ball, is above average speed, allowed him to play sideline to sideline in college. Not really much about this. Mostly, again, just a depth piece. I don't even know what the hell the Bills are even going to be doing at linebacker, to be completely honest with you, because Milano's not coming back. So, yeah, again, a depth pick. Oh, you think he's coming back?
Okay, so this guy right here was a steal.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was a steal in that spot. He's a really good linebacker.
Okay.
He can plug holes. He's very fast. I think he ran like a 4.4?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think he ran a 4.4, something like that. Yeah, he had a pretty fast time. So he's a really athletic linebacker. Coverage probably needs to have some work with. He tends to fade in cover, especially over the middle stuff. He kind of gets lost out there. But this guy, he will come in and plug in a hole. And he's very fast, very good at blitzing on the quarterback too. So
Will he play? Will he play?
Oh, absolutely. And I think with them drafting him tells me that they're probably bringing back Shaq Thompson.
You think?
Yeah. I think they're bringing back Shaq Thompson.
Okay.
So I would not be shocked if, after everything is said and done, next month you probably see him re-sign in Buffalo.
Hopefully. This takes us to our pick in round 5, number 181 from Detroit, Zane Durant, defensive tackle from Penn State. It says he's undersized, but as a defensive tackle, can shoot gaps well, uses quickness to be disruptive. He'll need to gain more strength though, because he is a bit undersized. Solid pick again. It just seems like another depth position based on what I'm reading about. I don't know if I mean this kid. What's that?
You missed the pick. The Jalen Kilgore was before that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll go back to that one in a minute. Yeah. Also, yeah, Jalen Kilgore at 167 from the Texans, safety, South Carolina as well. Again, they're saying just a good run defender, can play near the line of scrimmage. But yeah, just two more depth defensive pieces for both of these guys.
Yep. And he's good at playing inside the box.
Yep.
So
He's a good nickel player.
Yeah, I mean, when you go against like 12 personnel, you can bring them up into the box to cover the tight end, stuff like that. Not very good playing deep at all. I wouldn't trust him out there at all to play deep. He's a physical safety is what he is, and playing in the box is what he does best.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Zane Durant, I like this pick. Again, everyone's complaining about the size of the nose tackle, and that's not why I wanted McDonald. McDonald gave you like 3 different traits: stopping the run. He can give you a pass rush ability, and he's very athletic sideline to sideline. So, but this pick right here it's kind of like Ed Oliver, but a little taller than him. Mm. But I mean, I guess from his scouting report, he definitely can crash holes. He's very good at run defense. But again, we'll see how that translates to the NFL, because you know how long it took Ed Oliver to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I mean, undersized defensive tackles, nose tackles, whatever, it's going to probably take them a little while to understand how to use technique, strength. Because in college, a lot of them rely on their strength, and you're not going against all the greatest talent in the world every week. NFL, you're going to learn real quick that just trying to bull rush everybody and shoot gaps isn't going to work. You need some form of technique, and I think it might take him a little while to try and get that figured out.
Nothing in round 6, and then 3 picks in round 7. These guys probably won't make the field, except their middle pick, a punter from Florida, Tommy Doman Jr., who, let's go. I'm surprised we didn't take a kicker, because we desperately need one. But they take a punter. They also took a corner, Torino Pride Jr., and a interior offensive line, Armaj Reed Adams from Texas A&M. But I'm super excited that they took a punter. I think that's great. That's exactly what you're supposed to use your 7th round picks for. It's punters and kickers.
Yeah, Stonehouse kid.
Yeah. Yep. So yes, that was our draft. Where do we go from here? I don't know. What do you, Sean? You haven't said much, but where do you think we go from here?
I don't know. It feels like more of the same, and I hate it. Like, they made such a big deal about, like we said earlier in this, how it would be different with McDermott gone, and it's not. I mean, unless they make some sort of splash with signing somebody coming up that we aren't expecting, I hate to say that I'm going to try to temper my expectations, but I feel like to avoid disappointment, that's going to be the best option.
I feel like you're going to have to. I mean, what about you, Reese? Do you think we're going to sign anybody else, or do you think that this is it?
No, this is it. I would never say never. Nothing's absolute. I think something will probably happen. I just don't think it's going to be anything big. I think there will be like some sort of mediocre trade probably in the off season. I think you'll probably get a surprise cut. Other than that, I don't see this. Bean does not want to give 2027 picks up.
How many do we have? Do we have a lot?
But it's supposed to be a really good year for the draft.
Yeah.
So I think he did lose a seventh for 2027, but who cares about that
Right.
one? But he's not trying to give up anything for next year. And I think if he does make a trade, it has to be like Myles Garrett to give up a pick from next year from him. You're going to need a Myles Garrett type player in order to get a first out of Bean. And I'm pretty sure he's probably has had those conversations. But who knows? Maybe he does have a trade for Myles Garrett. I mean, don't forget now, they just changed his contract, make it a little more team friendly.
I mean, I know that there's still some big trades out there that are like in the process of happening. I'm hearing reports about how AJ Brown is still going to end up as a Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be wild. Like, I mean, that is going to be absolutely wild if he goes to the Patriots. I mean, look out. Like, I don't know how the hell they just got as good as they did as quickly as they did. I still don't think, I think the Bills are going to probably win the division because the Patriots are going to have a harder schedule. But man, oh man, dude, they made the friggin' Super Bowl in year 2 of that bum. Like, come on.
But,
I'll go ahead.
I was just going to say before we go on, and if we're going to talk about any more draft stuff, just wanted to say Mr. Irrelevant this year, linebacker out of UB. Mm-hmm. So Buffalo making the news that way.
Buffalo represent
Murdoch. Let me just one more thing on this draft. So we all have our questions about Shedeur Sanders, right? All of them. The Browns actually did something that I think I never thought they were bright enough to do. They did what Brandon Beane refuses to do. They went Casey Concepcion, who I wanted at 26, and go right back and get Denzel Boston on the next pick, stacking their wide receiver room 100 times better than they had last year.
Yeah.
To give to their quarterback.
Yeah.
Didn't they also take another quarterback, though?
Huh?
Didn't they also take another quarterback, though?
Yeah, in the 6th round, I think it was Taylor Green. But, I mean, they need backups, too. Don't forget, they got all those quarterbacks. They were paying this money to. They're going to cut most of them. They need a backup quarterback.
So, I guess overall, obviously some things in the draft really weren't a big surprise. Mendoza going number 1, of course, that was going to happen, right? What do you think about the Jets grabbing that kid David Bailey at number 2?
Hey, bad boy.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. The Jets might have the best draft.
The Jets,
the best draft.
The Jets, for what this year's draft not being full of what they need, which is a quarterback, they did the best that they could possibly do with what they could fill from this draft. I mean, next year's going to be a better draft, I think, overall, and I feel like that's going to be where they get their quarterback in the future. So they built everything else out around that they could.
Yep. Other things of note, the Chiefs went really heavy on defense. Mm-hmm. They took a corner at 6 and they took a defensive tackle in the 20s. And something interesting, too, that I kind of wanted to get your guys' take on. I mean, forget Miami. They're a dumpster fire. But the Rams at 13 taking a quarterback. So this kid's going to get a whole year, Ty Simpson, to sit behind Matthew Stafford for probably Matthew Stafford's last year. So do you think the Rams are doing it the right way?
Absolutely.
Yep.
He came out and said in the press conference that they had already talked to Stafford about doing it months ago. I mean, don't forget now, he's done any day now.
He's probably got 1 year left, if that.
Yeah, God forbid an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. but tops. He literally has another season if he's going to actually play. Because remember last year he didn't even play in the preseason. Remember he sat out everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up to the season starting. So I mean that's that's a tall tale sign right there that the body's not what it
Boy, I
used to
mean, he won the MVP though. He won the MVP.
like again, he sat out the whole off season and preseason. So it was, I mean, but his days any day now he's going to call it. So it only makes sense, get ahead of the curve. Let's not wait till next year. We'll get a backup this year, see how it goes, and then if we got to take a swing at a quarterback again next year, we'll take a swing at a quarterback next year. Apparently next year's draft is going to be full of quarterbacks. So I don't think it hurts them at all to take a flyer on this.
Anything else about the first round or anything else surprise you at all? Any other picks that you found interesting or completely off the wall?
Cardinals taking a running back at 3 kind of surprised me. I mean, it's not their biggest need.
I think taking a running back in the top 10 is wild anyway.
Like they who's their quarterback this year? I mean, like
Who is the quarterback this year?
I think they said they were going to go with Jacoby Brissett.
I think you're right. Okay, did Kyler go to the Jets? Is that right?
Kyler went to Minnesota, I think.
Kyler went to Minnesota.
Yeah, which call went back to the Jets? Gino.
Yeah,
Gino, that's right. Gino's going to start for the Jets. Oh boy, that's going to be wild. He's going to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 interceptions. And
I mean,
I'll wait.
What's their other option? Fields? It's like I said, the Jets did what they could with what the draft this year was. I think, like I said, next year they're going to go for a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that, I mean, I don't want to dog on the Jets too much. It's because it's way too easy. But I do think that, yeah, don't. I hope that the Jets front office doesn't get down on that coach way too quickly for what is going to happen this year, because they're probably not going to be very good this year, and I don't think they should be, right? I think that they should try and still not be great this year so they can get a great quarterback in next year's draft.
But dude, man, they drafted some talent though this year. It's going to be hard. I mean, the talent they have on there. I mean, look at this. I mean, they have
their defense is going to be gross.
Bailey, Sadiq, who's one of the top tight ends in the country. Go back and get Omar Cooper. We got now we can pair him up with Wilson. I mean, dude, D'Angelo Pons, one of the top corners that was on our boards. I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean, they did a hell of a job, man, and they brought in some veterans to help play on that defense too. So I don't know, man. I don't sleep on it.
No,
would not sleep on the Jets this year.
The Jets definitely improved way more than Miami, so I think they took. The way I'm predicting it, the Miami should definitely finish in last this year.
I don't think Miami's going to win more than 2 games this year.
I will say though, as far as the draft itself goes too, I like that Tennessee took a wide receiver where they did to continue that offensive rebuild.
Yep. Hey, hello.
Yeah. Get just like what Reese was saying about Shador. Get wide receivers for your young quarterback.
That's it, man. That's all we're asking. Stop wasting your money on these subpar defensive players you keep bringing in.
Yep.
I mean, we've been wasting draft picks on defense for years.
Yep.
And we get nothing out of it. We've gotten hardly anything out of it. We've never had really an impact defensive end for any time in the playoffs or whatsoever, that whether they showed up or they were injured. I mean, all the money they spent on a defensive line. I mean, over and over again, just blowing money. Dude, put it on the other side of the ball for once. That's all I'm asking. Spend some time on that offense. I don't know what he has against the offense, and I really do think this is on Josh.
That's a bold take. What makes you say that?
Because I think Josh is telling him, because we know how competitive Josh is. You know, you don't need to put a whole lot on his offense. Get this defense better. You know what I mean? Because he thinks he can do it. He's that type of player. And I don't think Josh demands anything for that offense.
Good.
Because I just don't understand how he'd be fine with it. Granted, 28 points a game, fine, whatever. But what it matters is in the playoffs, and we're getting the same story every year, regardless of 28 to 30 points a game. It's still the same result every year.
And when you need a play, you don't get it.
Exactly. Because you don't ever bring in any impact players. And if you do, they're all overaged and beat up.
Yeah, this is probably what will end up happening again this year. Like I can see it now. They're gonna bring in like Pickens at the deadline or something like that. Like that's what will end up happening. It'll be something like totally off the wall like that. And everybody will get their hopes up and then they'll lose to the Patriots in the divisional round or something like that.
Probably. But it's like I just need Bean, man, wake up, dude. Because I'm telling you right now, this defense looks like it has always looked. I don't care if it's first year Jim or not. He's going to hear it. He's going to hear it.
Yep.
I mean, the billboard start going up. Fire Bean.
I mean, at this point, though, if the Bills are subpar, we'll say if they're subpar, does Bean have anybody else that he could scapegoat before he is out himself? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a scapegoat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's his point, though. Like, there's no excuse now, right? Like, so what happens? To Sean's point, Reese, what happens if they're worse this year?
Well, that's my point. Is you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. And you know what happens when Bills fans start getting pissed off with you as the coach? The billboards go up.
How much is Brady going to get blamed though? First year on the job,
he probably won't.
It's all going to be Bean.
All Bean,
which is what it should be.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're drafting the same, dude. I've always said, even under McD, that they need to get some sort of turnover in their scouting department.
Yep.
I don't know who is telling who what about these players they draft. But whatever information they're feeding him is always completely opposite of what everyone else understands about the players.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he just thinks because he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. One of those type deals. Oh, well, they think I'm going to do this, but watch this chess move. I'm going to do this. That's how I think he does this. I think that's how he handles it, is that he wants to be the smartest man in the room.
He thinks he's playing chess when he's really playing checkers.
Something like that, yeah. But I just think he's that egotistical.
Arrogant.
Very arrogant. And I do think that I just think that's his thought process, is that he's the smartest man in the room.
I think you're right. I really think you're right. So, anything else you guys want to add before we close out for the show?
Nah, man. This needs to work out. Now we just see who they sign undrafted. You know, Citrus Oranges out there, baby. Bring him down. Bring him in. Bring him in. I'll take him on the defensive line as well.
Oh. Sean?
I don't even know what to say. I don't want to say dumbfounded, but just speechless at the fact of more of the same. You know what I mean?
I think you're right. So that is our show, guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did the Bills play it too safe this year? Did they actually make any moves that you think are impact moves? Let us know what you guys think. Please, as always, like, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all of the support that you guys have been giving the channel. So with that, I have been Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese and Mr. Sean O'Neill. Guys, thank you so much as always. Have yourselves a fantastic evening and take care.